Hey there, welcome to the channel. It's Andreas Spearing, coming to you to bring you the gaming news. We've got quite a few juicy stories today, so we're going to get right into it. First, we got Forza Horizon 4 is adding 2058 Quadro Turbo R VTEC from Cyberpunk 2077, and it's a free update, which is really nice. The 2058 Quadro Turbo R VTEC is now available in Forza Horizon 4. It's actually quite simple to get the vehicle in-game. Available for free in the latest update, all that's required is to beat La Racer in the nightcity.exe point-to-point event in Edinburgh. Behind the wheel, the interior doesn't appear to be as detailed as it would be in the original game. The car of the future is a potent package in both games. Yeah, it's pretty sick. We get a new update there for Cyberpunk, and now GTA seems to be trying to get some competition going. They've added 250 new tracks coming December 15th. Grand Theft Auto 5's online mode is getting a major update this week in the Cayo Perico heist, which adds a brand new social space and lots of new material, including a huge radio update that has now been detailed. The game is adding 5 new stations, and major artists are involved. Each of the new channels has been detailed. The first one slipping Los Santos is helmed by UK DJ Joy Orbison and will feature techno and house beats. We've also got the next station, Cult FM 99.1, which is hosted by Julian Casablancas. It has a lot of throwback tracks like Joy Division, New Order, Velvet Underground, and guest appearances from Mac DeMarco, David Cross, and Tony Mac. The Music Locker, another station, will also feature various club tracks. Fly Low FM, which is a station that's been around for a while, will feature new artists, some new tracks by Madlib, MF Doom, and a bunch of rare, exclusive, and amazing surprises in quotations. So we'll see what they bring to the table. Finally, Worldwide FM comes from DJ Gillis Peterson and features a mix of disco and world music. This new update will add over 250 new music tracks to the game. And if you're having difficulty running Cyberpunk right now, there's a new game out called Poom. You can run it in your browser. It's a 1980s version of Doom. It's done on a Pico 8. It's a virtual machine and game engine that was dreamed up as a way of emulating games to be like they were in the 1980s. It's a fantasy video game console that never really existed, but anyone's available to create games for it. There's a dev kit readily available. Celeste, for instance, began life as a Pico 8 game, and there's also a Pico 8 Wolfenstein 3D, and because obviously Doom's on everything, it's even on a tampon stick right now, we had to make a Pico 8 Doom. And it's playable in your browser. You can use arrow keys with X or spacebar to shoot. And it also has mouse controls and other controller schemes. And there are 6 levels that are all original, so they're totally brand new. So it's something you can check out while you wait for them hot patches to come in. And in some other new news, we've got Resident Evil 8 leaks coming out with story spoilers, boss fights, and apparently more. But I can't show anything, and I personally haven't looked at it because it is at the because of ransomware hackers. So the devs are probably taking things down that contain footage and whatnot. And also, I personally don't want the spoilers. I'm a big fan of Resident Evil, and the horror games, a big part of them is you want to get scared, you know, like. And if I already know it's coming, you know, then it's gonna defeat the purpose. But it has been confirmed that multiple cutscenes, unannounced enemies, boss fights, and the full ending have been leaked. So yeah, if you do not want spoilers, I would avoid staying away from these leaks. Last month in November, Capcom had been a victim of a ransomware attack. The company refused to meet the hackers' demands. The hackers leaked the information online. And the hackers aren't done leaking Capcom's games and data yet, apparently. So it could be more. And apparently there are some other games that leaked as well. I'm not sure all of them. They're not as big to me as Resident Evil 8. And then in really not so good news, EA is buying CodeMasters for 1.2 billion, hoping to put loot boxes everywhere. Electronic Arts has agreed to buy UK developer CodeMasters. The deal is expected to be closing at $7.98 a share, so basically $8 a share, and it's coming up to 1.2 billion. CodeMasters is one of the oldest British game developers and was founded in the 80s, and it's been known for a lot of great racing games like Dirt, Grid, Formula One, and they actually recently acquired the developers who made Project Cars, so they basically have everyone, you know, like everyone. EA owns the Need for Speed franchise already. The main competitors right now are Gran Turismo, which is the originals are my personal favorite, and there hasn't been a racing game to scratch that itch like Gran Turismo Simulator Mode. And then Microsoft's Forza, which I haven't tried yet, but I've heard really good things about it and I'd like to check out one of these days. This is what EA CEO Andrew Wilson says about it. We believe there's a deeply compelling opportunity in bringing together Codemasters and Electronic Arts to create amazing and innovative new racing games for fans. Our industry is growing, the racing category is growing, and together we will be positioned to lead in a new era of racing entertainment. AKA, they want all the racing games so they can put microtransactions everywhere. Speaking of microtransactions, check this out. A 6-year-old boy, video game addict, racked in 16K in charges on his mom's credit card playing a phone game on her iPad. The 6-year-old boy from Connecticut secretly spent 16K on his mom's card buying upgrades in Sonic Forces. Now the family can't afford to pay their mortgages and might be forced to cancel Christmas. She's a real estate broker, aged 41, who sees her child's behavior as a drug addict and calls the game predatory. It's like my 6-year-old was doing lines of cocaine and doing bigger and bigger hits, she says. And I completely agree to that. Like, I don't know. Those microtransactions are pretty scummy. On July 9th, 2,500 of charges appeared on her card from Apple that she didn't recognize because of the way they were bundled together and didn't appear to be linked to a video game. It wasn't until October, 3 months later, that the bank confirmed the charges were legitimate and told her to contact Apple. And after that, she's out of the return period, so she can't get her money back. Here's what she has to say about it. The reason I didn't call within 60 days is because Chase told me it was likely fraud, that PayPal and Apple.com are top fraud chargers, she said. She added, tough, they told me, because I didn't call within 60 days of the charges, that they can't do anything. They're like, there's a setting you should have known, she said. Obviously, if I would have known there was a setting for that, I wouldn't have allowed my 6-year-old to run nearly 20K in charges for virtual golden rings. Like... And Apple and Chase, as well as Sega, the maker of Sonic Forces, have no reply. And they are all denying her a refund. So it's pretty disgusting. And like, they're trying to raise the price of video games right now, saying like, you know, they've been making games for years, they're getting bigger budget, this and that, but the game market has been growing, more people have been growing, more people have become gamers, especially now during the pandemic. And then you have all the microtransactions going on. Like, these weren't here, like, back on the OG Xbox, even 360 gen. Like, that's when we first got our, like, funky DLCs, because before then it was expansions. But now they're charging you for, like, stupid skins and things that, like, used to get as, like, challenges for, like, completing something in the game. Like, beat the game a certain way, beat it on hard, you get this sweet skin or something, and now it's like, I don't know, $5, man. And if kids get access to a parent's credit card or something, this is what happens. And next on the docket, we have Sony is actually offering refunds for Cyberpunk 2077 because of the PS4 issues. Sony is reportedly refunding Cyberpunk 2077 players unhappy with the game's performance on PS4, even past the typical 2-hour playing time limit. Here's a player who spoke out on Twitter, or not Twitter, Reddit. I had to file a support claim online and sit on hold for over an hour to speak with someone. However, they were quick to issue the refund and then delete the game off my library. The post also alleged that Sony is issuing a business complaint to CDPR about the issues. There's no confirmation of this claim yet. Not all have been so lucky though. Some people are getting refunds, others are being denied currently, so it's hit or miss. So if you do want a refund, try and see what happens. As this weak site CD Projekt shares slumped reviews of the game, suggested Cyberpunk may not end up with a sky-high Metacritic score. The PC version of the game has a 90 on Metacritic, but the PS4 and Xbox One versions of the game have crazy performance issues, and the PS4's Metascore is currently 2.7, while the Xbox One sits at a 3.5. The CD Projekt bosses have told staff that they will get their full bonuses though, despite Cyberpunk 2077's buggy launch. Executives have taken the responsibility, so that is excellent, which gets us into the next story here, which is CD Projekt scraps plans to tie Cyberpunk 2077 bonus scheme to review scores. CD Projekt bosses have informed staff that they will receive the bonuses regardless of the reception of Cyberpunk 2077. CD Projekt execs have seemingly assured full responsibility for the buggy launch and told staff that the bonus system tied to the game's rating was simply not fair under the circumstances, as the studio had underestimated the length and complexity involved to make this a reality. So they wanted to rush it out the door because Christmas is coming. COVID, you know. Well, I don't know if I can say that, but it's a thing. Originally, bonuses had been structured around a system tied to the game's critical performance, and on top of that, a company's profit-sharing scheme. We initially had a bonus system that focused on the game's ratings and the release date, but after consideration, we believe that measure is simply not fair under the circumstances, said the studio head and director Adam Badowski. We underestimate the length and complexity involved to make this a reality, and still you did everything you could to deliver an ambitious special game. Digital sales for Cyberpunk have already exceeded both the cost and development of marketing just the day after launch. It has already generated more money for CD Projekt than it took to develop and market the game across the whole length of its lengthy development cycle. Because the game was announced back in like PS3, so it's been quite some time that it's been in development for. While the reviews are generally favorable, there's been a lot of talk about the number of bugs plaguing Cyberpunk 2077's launch. Consequently, CD Projekt Red has just released a ton of bug fixes as detailed in the latest Cyberpunk 2077 patch notes. Yeah, so I give it some time, and I'm sure it'll be playable if you are on the PS3 or Xbox One there. But if you do want a refund, go for it. I have heard some rumors. I don't have any concrete information on that right now, though, of Xbox owners also being able to get refunds for the game. So if you're having bad performance and want a refund, might as well give it a shot, see how it goes. And that's all the news we have for today, so thanks a ton for tuning in. It's been Andreas Bjorn. Let me know thoughts and opinions. If you love it or hate it, like and subscribe. If you think I'm an idiot, let me know in the comments, and stay safe and keep on gaming. I'll see you next time. Bye for now.